Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Persona Ace Attorney. 3, 2. Everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Today, we are... What are we doing? I don't remember. Actually, it's been a couple days since I played. I think we're going... Oh, right, we've recently figured out that Iris is a twin. Yeah, so we need to go ask Edgeworth about that. Yo, Edgy. Oh, wait. Present. Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me, but... The problem is, she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently, her sister was raised by her father. A jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? Yes, exactly. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. It was my first court case, 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case. You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. Kerploosh. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. She got away with it too, didn't they? The jewel was never recovered. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne. Oh, wait a minute. So that means that Morgan... Morgan? Yeah, Morgan. Sorry. Flashes of Fire Emblem came through my head and I was questioning myself. So Morgan had 4 daughters? Because I forgot about Valerie. So she had... Pearl, Iris, Valerie, and Dahlia? She murdered her own sister to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. Oh, okay. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. And this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What does that... No. What do you mean she's dead? What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead? Right, I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty. Thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. She's angry. I need to turn the volume up on my end. There we go. I also need a drink of water. Jesus. My throat feels dry. At the time, Dahlia. It's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since the guilty verdict was handed down. and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and when someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's their mother's got to do with any of this? She's Morgan Fay, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Crane channeling technique. Did you say Crane channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. She wasn't a fraudulent, though. You should know that was proven that she was correct. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth, go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. Of course. How could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see if the Crane channeling technique is real. So, you're Dahlia now. Oh, that's why you looked off. Your hair's not red. So much for a twin, huh? I mean, you have a different hairstyle as well, but... Oh, no, you don't. It's just hers is red. Anyways, let's go and talk to... Almost called her Innie. No. Iris. Why did I forget? My mind went to Innie and then to Ivy. And then Iris. I think it's time you told the truth what you're doing on that night. We've been through all this. You said you're on the temple. The person you saw somewhere else on the night of the murder. It was Bikini, right? I should have saved. But that's fine. So, you say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with this. Oh, was it not the weather data? Uh-oh. I forget what I put here. Oh, is it the autopsy? No, it wasn't the autopsy. Oh, it was the lights out bell, right. There are two of you. So, I would have to guess that maybe Dahlia escaped execution. Like, she never was actually executed. If this is the route we're going, there is actually two of her. Take that. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you who was here at the temple on the night of the murder? It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. But you just said it was yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Crane channeling technique. Ooh, is that where Pearl went? Oh! Yeah, because Pearl accidentally summoned the wrong person, right? Why would she summon your sister? I mean, if it was an accident, but wouldn't she have had to know about her? I don't know. I don't know how this all works, to be honest. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Why hide it, though? I'm trying to help you here. I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month. Just as I suspected. The iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before? But because my sister always does the right thing. No, she doesn't! She does not. Excuse me. And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again. You betrayed her? What do you mean? That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way. What is she talking about? What are you talking about betrayal? You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago? That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her. Do you feel guilty because you got separated from her? That's not really your fault. It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing. But I got scared, so I ran away. What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful. But I promised. I promised that I'd help, and she didn't do it for the money. It was revenge on our father. Revenge? What, for splitting you two up? What do you mean by revenge? He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell. Oh, yeah, Morgan. Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Faye family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as next master. That's the reason her father married our mother in the first place. For power. But his plan backfired. Because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the Master of Crane. That would be Missy, Maya's mother. But before long, the credibility of the Crane tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Miss Misty Faye, made a terrible mistake. Yeah, the DL6. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive, and that he had no reason to stay there. And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple. Yes, the woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see. Uh-oh. And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master seat stolen from her, being rejected by your own family. At first, she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally. I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. Hey! I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident. Everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fae clan. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me. What is it? During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him? Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts. I see. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Why are you hitting me? There's still so much to investigate. Is there? I kind of thought the investigation would be done by this point. Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise. I suppose I better continue my investigation. Oh, we need to go talk to Pearl. There's one giant secret left to unlock. Yeah, Pearl has the psych lock we need to open now. So let's go ahead and move on over to her. We're just gonna schmoove across the bridge and head down to Heavenly Hall. I was expecting Larry and Pearls to be here. I guess they must have gone to collect firewood. I suppose I'll have to check back later. Oh, really? Okay. Then let's go talk to... Bikini? You don't have anything new to say, do you? Dots? Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? Hey. No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Crane. Whoop, love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. I would never guess that Gumshoe was into reggae. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon? That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter? Hey, show me that letter. So how's the investigation going, detective? I don't know if I should be telling you, pal. But I guess it can't hurt. It looks like the murder took place in the Inner Temple Garden. And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ. What, you mean... I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation. What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here? You got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal. Then who said it? Mr. Godot. What did he mean by that? I don't know, show me that letter. About that letter you found. Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. And all I find is some burnt up old letter. Say, be careful once night falls? Oh, as soon as you hear the bell. Oh. So Pearls was instructed to channel her? Oops. Huh. I could only assume that this comes from Iris. I don't know who else would make this letter. Burns up old letter. Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the Inner Temple. I knew it! I knew it was an imagining thing. Imagining it. I can read. There was still in the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away. Yeah, I just figured that meant... Yeah, someone used the incinerator that night. I thought it was just to keep warm, though. What's up with you, pal? I've got it right here if you want to take a look. Can I? Do you mind? Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff, but it's got no relation to the case. Spirit mediums? It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I better give it a good looking over and some serious thought. Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. It is a crime, pal. Oh, there's 3 pages. So be careful. Once night falls, shouldn't be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Okay, her name is Dahlia, I assume. She is our something, the whole. Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is something, burn the letter. Also make sure not to tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Weird. Okay. So, what do you know about the real murder weapon so far? Well, it wasn't the Chichichito that was found impaled on the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today. Yes, that's true. In which case, it must have been another blade. And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh? Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. Well, let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got the feathers of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this. Is it your dog? Is it Missile? What's the secret weapon of yours? You want to know? You gotta think scientifically, okay? Alright. The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Are you using your metal detector? Any questions so far? Nope. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart. So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! Metal detector. Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away. Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go? Huh? Me? I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try? I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Yeah, let's play forensics expert. Come on, pal. This is a good fun, I'm telling you. Alright then. I guess I'll give it a go. Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. It's so sensitive you can make it cry. So high-tech you can skydive off it. Oh, bother. So now I'm going to tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right? Sure, that's what we're trying to find out. Right, so first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off something metallic. Next. Oh, sorry. Don't worry, this will let you know when you've hit on something metallic. And when that happens, press A button to give the area a good hard stare. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from a sight, too. So they'll look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Okay. What? Hey, Paul? All you gotta do is watch the detector and let it tell you. I know. Look, a ladder! That's a step ladder. What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal. Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects. I've had plenty of guys like you always picking on the smallest details. The vegetable store guy near my place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's a cabbage, he says. I'm telling you, they're the exact same thing. No, they're not. They're completely different. You have to plant both of them firmly in the ground before they grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes. Otherwise, you give us a really important clue. That's advice from a pro, pal. Last person I need advice from is this guy in front of me. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna go red. Just a pair of skis. Nothing useful for our case here. I'm actually pretty good on skis, you know, pal. I just love to fly down the slopes with my coat fluttering in the wind. Really? I had no idea. How good are you then? Well, I'm better on skis than I am on skates, but not as good as when I'm on snowboard. It's a pretty detailed answer. Oh, but you know what I'm best at? Making mashed potatoes and gravy. This guy's losing it. Must be altitude. That's odd. This sled's made of plastic. It says bikini number 1 on the side. Maybe there's something under it. Hey, what's this? A badge? Aha! I've been hunting high and low for that. It's yours, detective? That thing's priceless to a guy like me, pal. A cop can't be a cop without his badge. I'm sure glad I put that dime in there right now. How'd you manage to drop your badge here of all places? I know, I bet it happened this morning. I was playing around with the sled and... Stop right there. I don't need to hear anymore. What's up with this? This looks like... a wallet? Aha! That's where it's been. Is it yours, detective? I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it. But you still dropped it anyway. Yeah, but now I found it again, pal. Your wallet's completely empty. Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore. Then how come the metal detector picked it up? Must be because of the bell, I guess. I guess so. Something here. What's this? A pen? Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal. It's yours? Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces. That makes you detectives sound real nasty. It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, right? Then to go losing it. So why do you want to stick it in my face? Looks like there's something round buried in the ground here. Don't touch that, pal! What is it? It's a trap. People set them out to catch detectives. They're real nasty. Trap? For detectives? You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg? Yeah, those. I got my finger caught in one of those once. Your finger? There was this bit of cheese and it looked so tasty. I reached out and then, bam! As stupidly pitiful as that. The Cheetos next to the golden statue isn't the real murder weapon, pal. Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check it out again anyway. Well, yeah, that reminds me. Do you know about that sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one. Yes, I heard something about that. You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be leading if I had not joined the homicide division. You think about that kind of stuff, detective? Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as a blue badger. There's something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the blue badger. This is a statue. Oh, guess not. Okay. I can't back out, so the weapon has to be... somewhere around here, I think. But I'm not seeing it. Come on, give me something new. I'm not getting anything. Huh. Oh, this must be an old panhandle or something. How do you know about that? What? That was my nickname in junior high. What, panhandle? I didn't have much money back then, Belle. I used to bum stuff on the other kids sometimes, so they called me panhandler. Panhandler, huh? I can see that. Thinking back, it's actually kind of a nice memory now. Yeah, I bet. So that wasn't the weapon. Yeah, there's all this stuff on the ground, but... what if it was the... No, this is Mr. Nim's staff, isn't it? Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood. But the detector is reacting to it. Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it? It's whether this thing is causing a racket. Here, let me take a look at it. Hey, hands off! Examining evidence is the job for the... crack. The top's coming off. Look what you done! You damaged a really important piece of evidence. That's a sword? Beside the staff. Is this... could it be... the murder weapon? I never guessed there would be a sword concealed in the victim's staff. They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot. I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe. Who knows about the hidden sword? No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now. Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it. Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh? No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder. Yeah, of course. That thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal. It's about the same length as the Chichichito, too. This must be the murder weapon. Okay, I'm gonna run over to the forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hold it. Wait up, detective. Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know. You're gonna get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a little while? What are you talking about, pal? Please. Just until we find Maya. Maya? What's this got to do with her? I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. Oh, how so? Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and, well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel. You don't think... Maya's been... Please, detective, just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern. You're looking kind of viridian there. Okay, just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though, this staff's secret trick. Well, let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished. I understand. This is just a regular, run-of-the-mill staff, you got it? Okay, now you take good care of it, pal. Thank you, detective. Don't worry, she'll be fine. Gumshoe? You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. I bet I'd take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal? Sure. Thanks. Can you afford that? I can't help but wonder, though. What was at least in him doing with a staff like this in the first place? I don't know, but let's go talk to Pearls. Hey, how's it going? At least I assume we can talk to Pearls. Yeah, here she is. Look at that! They really did make a fire right in front of the shack. Oh, Mr. Nick! Ha! You're too late, Nick! Sorry, that's not the Larry voice. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already finished them all off. I think I've pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. Pearly, take that! So after dinner and murder, you're supposed to be reading with the lease. We can go. Right, you were worried about Maya. Oh, you went to Heavenly Hall. No, you went to the Inner Temple. What am I talking about? Oh wait, you went to this place for a very simple reason, and that is... Oh, did I get it right? It was Maya. Okay, yeah, I know. I clicked the wrong place. I'm sorry. I meant to click on the Inner Temple. So it was Maya. So we went around 9:30, you heard the real training was started at 10. You heard the bell ringing out. You just have really good hearing. You were trying to pick up on the sound. The reason you were worried about the bell was because of this. Take that! You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper? Where did you... In the incinerator at the Inner Temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell. I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing. These instructions that were found in the incinerator. I believe they were written for you, Pearls. For me? No. As you can see, a large portion has been burnt. But the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note, and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... Make sure I don't accidentally press X. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name and that was in the letter. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the Inner Temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was? No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading the instructions. I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? Ooh, did Elise? I guess it's Misty, but... Oh no, so it had to have been Iris. I don't think you can trust me anymore. Oh man, I should have saved. The only person would trust, no questions asked? Oh, well, someone you would trust, no questions asked. It would have to be the only one... The only person it could be is Maya, right? That wouldn't... Morgan? Morgan! Morgan? Pearls. I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you. That's why. How did you... I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. What? Alright, Pearls. It's time you started telling me the truth. Mr. Nick, Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this. Don't underestimate me just because I'm a child. Huh? If you're trying to say I followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof. What? Because I don't think you have any. Ugh. She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence, then one more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you. I knew it! However, I do know that whoever did it was a child. Huh? How do you know that? How do I know that? It could have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that. A simple mistake? What do you mean by that? I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given, but you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. Oh, I need to read that letter. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit, leave everything up to her. Bravely roast the master in the fires of Hades. Were you supposed to throw her in the incinerator? Is that why she's over by that? Or is it this? No, it's not that. Oh, you... Okay. You covered the thing in gravy. Have to go all the way back up. Alright. So. Gravely roast the master. Right, so you threw the gravy on the hanging scroll. It was you who splattered gravy on the hanging scroll, wasn't it? Why would I do something like that? Do you remember what was written on that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring out vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast among others, right? Oh, that's why you asked. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Where did you... So, Elise was just reading that out to you without question? How do you know that? Remember the conversation you had with Mr. Nim on the night of the murder? Perhaps I could read some books together. Really, I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Miss Elise, so for example, how do you read this? It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Sure, Mr. Nim taught you how to read gravely and roast. But what she didn't teach you is what they meant. Gravely sounds like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food. And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy with that night's pot roast. To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea. Just a tiny bit. I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked me. It's just a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right. That's a good thing you didn't, because now we get to send her to life sentence. Death sentence. Whatever she deserves. After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of leftover gravy. The gravy? I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the secret cavern. I was sure it was the Master of Crane, like I said in the letter. I see. And then? Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area. The guest area? Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over. Why didn't you just go to the training hall? Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started, and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then, Pearls, did you fall asleep? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it. Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped in the inner temple. Yeah, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, and I heated up the leftover gravy and let off some steam by chucking in the gravy on the scroll while you cried. It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to... I missed what that said. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. Actually, what did you just say? Nick used to leave me when I fell asleep at school, too. Alright, lost powers. It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the town temple when I heard the bell ring. So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit. No. I tried, but I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it? I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it. Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone? Yes, I don't know what to do. Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though. What if someone else was already channeling Dahlia? Could you please tell me what that is anyway? It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit. Someone else? What do you mean? Well, there's only one of each spirit, right? Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Not entirely true, but that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. It wasn't Maya, was it? I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish. Her final wish? Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully. This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary. Wow, you could say that word. Yeah, I know, Pearls. I visit her every month. And last month, she told me. The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden. My mother's always nice to me. I love her very much. Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right? She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Miss Maya is part of the Fae clan, so I had to be good for her, too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Do we tell her? I guess so, yeah. There was a picture with her letter, too. A picture? With Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time... Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff. There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before. That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already? Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out. You're very welcome. My mother's watching over us, so I'm sure Miss Maya will be alright. Not if she's watching. Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Huh. Hey, finally figured it out, have you, Tritt? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. The entrance to the Sacred Cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lockbreaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. But why do you say that? Because Maya Faye isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Tritt. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Faye. What are you talking about? No, it wasn't. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. But I didn't know anything about what was going on. What did I just say, Tritt? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow. We'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all. Mr. Nick? Is what that man said just true? It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick. My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now finally, after all this time, the Master Seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time. To be continued. This investigation went on a little longer than I expected, but I didn't want to cut it, like 10 minutes left in the investigation. So I guess we're going to move into the trial. Are we doing the trial? yeah, we'll move to the trial next time. Thanks for watching. If you liked this, like or subscribe button down below. Don't forget to come to the channel, and if you're live on Twitch or something to stream live, you can check out that link down in the description below. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch all of you in the next one. So take care.